Before we get started today, I would like to draw attention to a GoFundMe that my friend and the moderator of our Discord channel, Malcaria, is running. She's trying to raise money to visit her brother who is stationed in Japan. She's trying to raise $1,800 by May 16th. I had said April 28th previously. That's just because I don't know how to read. So that was my mistake. So she's trying to raise that much money by May 16th, which still isn't very long. And I'll include a link to the GoFundMe in the description. If you have any money at all that you're able to donate, I would be very appreciative if you would consider chipping it in to help my friend go and see her brother who is stationed in Japan. So, thank you very much for listening and donating any money if you do, and now let's get back to business. Okay, today we are playing a game on King's Row. We are in the Gold SR range, and we will be playing Junkrat on defense and Genji on attack. And our current team composition is Reinhardt, Zarya, Widowmaker, Junkrat, Mercy, and Moira. So the only thing worth mentioning really is that we have two main healers instead of a main healer and an off healer. And that matters because the off healers, Zenyatta and Genji, are the ones that actually have the defensive ultimates, Sound Barrier and Transcendence. Which is important because if you don't have one of those ultimates, it's really easy to get fucked by things like Dragon Blade, Tac Visor, Graviton, Earth Shatter, you know, a whole bunch of offensive ultimates, basically. But that's about it. So in the accompanying email, we have a question. My Junkrat is not at all on par with Genji, and I often find myself in trouble in situations against hitscan heroes, especially without shield or Rein's shield breaking often. How should I handle these situations? The basic gist is that you just don't expose yourself to the hitscan hero. This is the cool thing about Junkrat, is that he doesn't actually need direct line of sight to shoot at people, and you also are a projectile hero, so you can just peek the corner over and over again, just pretend you're playing Hanzo, but with smaller projectiles. And there's not much the hitscan heroes can really do about that. Because the hitscan heroes can only really kill you if they have direct line of sight to you. And, you know, that's easier to break if there's a shield on your team, of course, but a wall is basically just a shield with infinite hit points, so they only really counter Junkrat if the Junkrat is just, like, standing around in the open letting them shoot at him. So the basic answer is just try not to expose yourself to the hitscan heroes, which is perhaps not the most helpful sounding thing in the world, but that is basically it. Or you can stand further back, you know. Your projectiles are only slightly smaller than Hanzo's. You can be firing them from 1 billion miles away and they'll still probably hit somebody. My cat is doing weird stuff, if you're wondering what I keep looking at. So, that probably didn't sound very helpful, but that is, unfortunately, sort of the issue, sort of the answer. There is, I suppose, also, you can, if you're feeling particularly ballsy, you can try and assassinate them as Junkrat, you know, jump up to them, throw the mine in their face, blast yourself backwards, but you gotta be real careful when you decide to pull that maneuver. So, anyway, let's start the game. No sound in today's game because there's mad talking in the background of the video, so it's very obnoxious to listen to somebody try and talk over several other people. So we've thrown our trap down over here, and, you know, be a bit nitpicky, you know. I'd rather if the trap wasn't so far back from the door, because if we put it, like, you know, like here, or like here, it's harder for them to see it. Until they're, like, already right on top of it, basically. Because it's really far back in the doorway, kind of in the center of view, which makes it easier to see before they come into the doorway. And therefore, they are less likely to step on the trap, to trap on the trap. Yes, English. So, they have a Winston, which is inconvenient for us as Junkrat. Was our trap actually broken? We're just throwing it in that doorway instead. There's not really much point to throwing it in that doorway, because now, if they step on that trap, if they step on the trap right there, they'll already be right on top of you, and we're dealing with other issues right now, so honestly, it'd be better if they did step on the trap that was further in. But anyway, so they have a Pharah, which is upsetting to us as Junkrat. Fortunately, there's a Widowmaker on our team. Just like, throw the pizza in this boy's face, right? This boy, if you drop him low, don't go greedy for it. Just fucking execute them with the other pizza. It's fine. This is the thing with Junkrat. They gave him the two charges on the concussive mine. It's the concussive mine, right? Because I'm thinking about concussive blast, and I'm just like, did they really name 2 abilities Concussive X? Because that's weird. Either way, you're, you got 2 slices of pizza, 2 entire mines. So if you drop somebody low into execute range, just throw it in their face and execute them. It's way easier. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's watch that one again in slow motion. Feels good, man. So she's fucking dead. She was trying to die, to be fair. She was trying to die, but she was probably like, oh, fuck, Jesus. So, anyway, we've almost got the tire built up, which is cool. The tire is one of the more threatening ultimates in the game. They're about to nerf the speed, but it's very hard to think about Junkrat's tire in terms of 13 speed reduced to 12 speed. It doesn't really tell me very much, but maybe it'll be less threatening. Probably not. People are still bad. So here comes Winston again. We boldly walk into the shield to try and hit this boy. Just break the shield, right? Like, it's more important to get that out of the way before anything else. Now we got the tire built up, so we would like to use that at our earliest convenience, but we've got other things going on. We decide that we're going to use it now because the Graviton happened. That's a fair enough response, especially since Zenyatta started using Transcendence in it. Unfortunately, we didn't kill very many people in the Graviton, but that's more the Graviton's fault than our fault. We were like, fuck yeah, I want to kill the people in that Graviton. Turns out there was only 1 person in the Graviton to kill, which is very sad. So, anyway, it's going very well right now, and basically we've been playing Junkrat this entire time. Just don't stop firing, right? Like, don't even reload. Just keep firing. You got 2 grenades left in there. Just keep firing. That's the whole point of the defense heroes. They're supposed to be about denying space. So you just be constantly throwing those grenades out into an area. And then also, you know, there's 2 trains of, well, there's more trains than that. I personally am of the idea that if you got 2 mines, you should throw a mine out there somewhere, because basically you want the cooldown doing something. If you're sitting there on 2 mines, that's just value being lost right there. Same idea as how Tracer doesn't really want to be walking around with 3 blinks, because then the blink cooldown is just sitting there not doing anything when you could have used a blink and had the cooldown been ticking. Same with the mine, you know, you might as well just throw it out there at somebody and do some damage to them. Now, granted, don't just throw it at them randomly and then, like, bounce somebody who was about to die off to the moon, but, like, you want the cooldown doing something, basically, rather than just sitting there at 2 charges. And you've always got the 1 charge in the back in case you need it. You know, same as Tracer, but slightly different ability to blink, you know, just a little bit different. So we start moving in on this diva right here, which is not at all what we want to do. We're quite long range as Junkrat, seeing as we don't have any fall-off damage. Granted, it gets harder to hit your target from far away, but Diva would love nothing more than if we were closer to her, and also more people are coming in the side, and we don't like to be right next to the enemy team as Junkrat unless we're trying to go in and execute somebody, but like, we're just walking back into the danger. It's a bad habit in general to walk into the people that you're shooting at, because you don't get anything from walking closer to them. They get a bit easier to hit, but you should just get better at hitting them from far away, basically. Don't even come out this way. It's not worth it. You've already lost this checkpoint. Just go back around the other way. Don't risk getting picked off because you wanted to walk back the fast way. And now they're all doing it. Oh, no. So we got the tire. The tire is one of those ultimates where you don't really have to wait for a team fight to start. This Reinhardt's doing very bad shield management, and he's upsetting me. The tire is one of those abilities you don't have to wait for a team fight, because it basically is just like a free stagger on somebody. It's very hard to break the tire unless you have certain abilities on your team. Fire Strike, another Junkrat, you know, that kind of deal. So Diva decided to do that. It wasn't at all recommended, and it was a very bad idea, and she's done nothing but kill herself. So, I mean, that's very helpful for us. Then Winston decided that he might as well follow D.Va's lead, you know? Maybe if I kill myself, D.Va won't feel so bad about it. So we're gonna send this in here. Zenyatta used Transcendence. He shouldn't have. Like, he should have just took that loss right there, because they already lost that fight. Both their tanks were already dead. So Zenyatta using Trance in the Graviton does nothing. Because best case scenario, they get out of the Graviton and then have to go back and wait for their tanks. So might as well have just died rather than waste the ultimate. But whatever, they wasted their ultimate, so that's convenient for us. We wasted our ultimate as well, to be fair, doing that, because they had already lost that fight. So yeah, we got to throw it into the Graviton and kill somebody, but like, it didn't really accomplish anything. They were resetting at that point anyway. I guess Mercy is kind of staggered compared to the rest of her team by us doing that, but we could have found a more productive use for the tire than, you know, into the Graviton in the fight we'd already won. Junkrat also one of those heroes that doesn't necessarily need to use his ultimate to do a lot of damage in the Graviton, seeing as AoE explosives, you know. I've never met an explosive that was single target, so saying AoE explosives is a little bit redundant, isn't it? Again, there's like bullets, right, that go in and then they like explode outwards, I guess, aren't there? But, Cat's here. Say hello to the cat. Say goodbye to the cat. Alright, so that was... What are you doing? No, you don't... No, you can't have my subway. Get out of there. So we died. Why did we die? Let's go back. I was busy looking at my cat. So, we've, our team are dead right now, so we're going in while our team are dead. That's the mistake right there. We're going forward while there's nobody else here, which is really easy for us to die. You know, we just gotta sit back in this tunnel and wait for our team to go back, because us going forward like that, just super likely to die and not accomplish anything, which is exactly what happened. So we do almost have the tire again. Hello, yes, look, this is my cat. His name is Hamlet. He's a big attention whore. Just like me. So, you know. Their Mercy is currently dead, which is very helpful for us. We do have the tire. We would like to use the tire post-haste. Winston doesn't suspect a damn thing. Oh no, they broke the tire. Really, McCree got concussive blasted off. That feels bad, man. Well, don't, yeah, we are all dead already, to be fair, by that point, but, so we consider changing at this point. Their team is rather difficult to play Junkrat against, to be fair. They have Pharah, for one thing. Pharah is really good against Junkrat. And then they have two dive tanks, one of which is D.Va. I don't know why I say one of which is D.Va. D.Va is one of the only two dive tanks in existence right now. So they have the two dive tanks. You know, D.Va's really good against Junkrat. Winston's alright against Junkrat. They got McCree, who is good against Junkrat if you are exposed frequently, and Pharah is good against Junkrat. So Junkrat's kind of a hard one to play against their team at this point. I don't really have a better suggestion other than Junkrat. Junkrat being one of those heroes who is just always kind of alright, never really very bad, you know, but it is getting harder to play Junkrat against their team. So we did manage to slip out of the way of the explosion. It didn't look like we were going to, but we just barely slipped away. So again, we are walking into the people that we're shooting at. D.Va would again like if we were right next to her, because that makes it easier for her to shoot us. And also, by virtue of walking into D.Va, who was in the middle of the area, we, in turn, were in the middle of the area, therefore not near any cover, and then when McCree starts using High Noon, we die. So, you've always got to think, you know, how close am I to cover right now? Because if something bad starts happening, you don't want to have to spend, just throw the mine in her face, to be fair. Like, hit her once, just immediately throw that mine and kill her. Like, you don't want her getting away, but that you probably felt like a fucking god right there, to be fair, so understandable. So they're all dead now. Except Zenyatta. Is Zenyatta going to be dead? Oh, he's trying so hard right now. Oh no, he got hit. Oh no! Oh, what a disaster. Oh, the cat was upset about that one. You don't understand. From the cat's perspective, I just started yelling about absolutely nothing, but the cat, he doesn't understand. Oh, it feels bad, man. I think I was partway to making a point, but I've forgotten what it was. So we're going to use the tire right now. They've only got 10 seconds left, so we just kind of really want to stop them. Looks like we tried to use it to kill Mercy, and it didn't work out. Mercy's a hard one to get, but the tire does have a fairly big wide margin for area. I think I might have just had a stroke. Has a fairly big margin for area. For error. Oh my... Alright, so, you know, things are not going super well right now. Our tire didn't end up doing very much. Zarya's fallen off the edge of the map. We're low health, so we don't want to go... Oh, no, we're not low health. Oh, now we're low health. Oh, it feels bad, man. We don't want to go forward and touch it, but somebody's going to have to touch it soon. Now we're just going to change to a fast hero. Yep. We don't get back. We don't get back. So... To be perfectly honest with you, Junkrat's a really simple hero to play. The biggest thing, other than aim better out of that entire segment, is just like, be more willing to use your pizza for damage and to execute people. And don't walk into people that you're firing at, and make sure that you're standing near cover. Because cover is an important aspect of all heroes, basically. So now we're playing Genji. Genji has significantly more to talk about than Junkrat, because, like, let's be real here, Junkrat's pretty low on the, pretty low in terms of skill required to play. Not to imply that he is a completely brain-dead hero, as some people would assert, but he's pretty fucking easy, you know. So we're low health right now. Now we're not low health anymore. Hooray, we can go in. So they've got a McCree, that's spooky. They had a McCree previously, so this is not exactly a new development. Spooky to us is Genji. I think that, they unnerfed the hitbox, right? Because they were, on the PTR, they nerfed the hitbox on Genji's deflect to make it more in line with the particle effect, but I think it was possible to headshot him from the front while using deflect, so they changed it back to close to the same that it was previously. This doesn't really have any bearing on what's currently happening, but I think that's something that happened. Deflect the fire strike back into them. That's my ult charge now. Ho ho ho. So Widowmaker just managed to kill Zarya, which is cool. If somebody dies in like a resable location, you should try and get into a position to shoot at the Mercy when she tries to res the person. This is just a general thing, but it would have been a pretty hazardous one to try and pull off right there. So that was a very scary maneuver, because, like, don't forget, they do still have a McCree. So, like, if this McCree is a god, right, or if this McCree is good, right, like, our team is, like, Reinhardt's just died. McCree could roll, let me get the pen, he could roll like so, and then just throw the flashbang at us and kill us. And we're kind of out of the way, out of range of our team right now. We dashed back into them, but we were really far forward right there, and let's not forget they do have a McCree. McCree is now dead, and he's very upset about it. He's definitely not happy about that one. So we're low health right now. How did we not die? That's like literally a pixel away from killing us. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so... Zarya's barrier was on us and I didn't see it. I don't think so. So this is a very scary thing that we're trying to do right now. Oh, we've gone in very boldly. We have managed to get Zenyatta to use Transcendence. He might have used it regardless, but he did use it, so that's good for us. Oh, Graviton. Oh, start dashing. Start dashing. Oh, Deadeye. Oh, no. Don't do that, right? Don't walk into the Deadeye. Like, come on. Kill yourself on me. The McCree has to be very bad to kill himself on you. And any play that revolves around the enemy being bad is itself a bad play. Don't do that. Granted, the penalty for dying right there is rather small, seeing as we'd already won the team fight. But, just don't do that. Don't. it's very easy to kill the Genji that does that as McCree. Because there's actually he doesn't fire the bullet immediately. So there's a period right towards the end of Deflect where you can fire it, the left click, and it will kill the Genji as soon as Deflect ends, even if he starts dashing. So it's very scary maneuver. So our Widow got sniped by Reinhardt, which probably felt really good for her, and we're going in right now. We have immediately been crowd controlled, but we're just going for it. We're just slapping those keys right now. Like, come on, bring me the play. Bring me the play of the game. Got him. Easy. All calculated. Woo! Okay, so here's the thing. If you're gonna try and kill... If you're gonna go in to a team that has McCree with Dragonblade, you gotta think about that one real carefully, because McCree is one of the heroes that can just shut down Dragonblade. And granted, you know, he has to actually be good to do that, but Flashbang has a fairly big area of effect. And secondarily, the person we really want to kill on their team is Mercy. If you're gonna try and kill Mercy with Dragonblade, you do have to, like, dash up to the Mercy, pull Dragonblade out, shield GA away, then you follow her. Rather than doing the go above them and then drop down thing. Going up and then down is also less good if you don't have an Ana, but it does still provide you the benefit of letting you plan it out as you fall. So here is an opportunity for us to try... Oh no, Deflect came up right as she died. I was going to say, here's an opportunity for us to actually play Genji as if he has some utility attached to him and try to deflect the bullet back from Mercy. But it came up as she died, so... Feels bad, man. So they have a Winston now, which is not the end of the world. As long as you don't do stupid shit, Winston doesn't actually kill you as Genji. He can help zone. He can zone you off of people, but if you come in with Dragonblade and just cut the people, Winston takes a while to kill you. So it doesn't end up mattering that much. So Widow is like doing a lot of work, just like killing people. Oh, dueling gravitons. Could we have deflected this one? I mean, the answer is yes, we could have, but you know, it would have. You would have to be pretty much clairvoyant to deflect that one. But that would feel so bad. You were in a graviton, and then you got another graviton deflected on top of you. Wouldn't that just feel so terrible? It wouldn't really accomplish very much extra, but it would feel so bad. I'm in a black hole, and now there's another black hole on me. Oh no. So as we can see, the enemy team are not really putting up very much resistance. We are... it wasn't the most well-executed Dragonblade I ever saw in my life, but it did kill 2 people, which is all that really matters. So now, if you're gonna try and kill a tank as Genji, just, like, get in this dude's face and fan that right-click right into him. Because the whole benefit of the right-click is that it does, like, burst damage, right? So you just throw yourself into somebody and then just, like, throw them right into his face and just, like, shotgun them into the person. If you're gonna try and kill, like, a tank as Genji, like Winston, don't do this to a Reinhardt, because Reinhardt will punch you. If you're just gonna try and kill a Winston as Genji, just, like, get in his face and try to fan the right-click into his face. Don't sit back and, like, be pensive about it. Like, if you're trying to kill Winston, just kill that Winston. Genji can kill Winston. Like, can definitely happen. You've just gotta play with your heart, you know? You gotta show that Winston who's boss. Anyway, so, as you might not be shocked to find out, we're still kind of winning right now. So, you know, we got 3 minutes to get it, like, 3 meters. So... There's going to be more by the time we get back, but we got all the time in the world for this one. Widow's changed to Hanzo, which certainly makes sense, seeing as we have a Graviton on our team. We're halfway towards Dragonblade. Just, like, you can be very, like, rather than sitting all the way back waiting for people to get back, you as Genji, you can just sit and poke, like, quite aggressively still. Because Genji, you know, your weapon doesn't have fall-off damage, and... you can get out of sticky situations, so you can stand quite far up still and poke at people to build up Dragonblade. Because as we know, Dragonblade is the reason to play Genji. So you do want to just be, like, poking people as much as possible. They have a Widow now. Yep, I can see Widow over there right now. Did we just not deflect it? No, we didn't notice her, maybe? We were looking at Soldier instead. There was indeed a Widowmaker there, so that's something for us to know about as Genji. Now we know she's there. Now we're going on her. Because, you know, we're playing Genji. Now, this is the thing with dashing in, though. You've got to be pretty sure you're going to kill someone. That Widow is probably full health right now. And we're dashing in on her while she's full health, and she's got grapple. So that's a fairly low chance of actually killing the Widow. We deflected her Venom Mine back into her. That feels so bad. Holy shit. Widow does have an escape, and if you're gonna dash in on somebody, like, you've got to be pretty certain that you're gonna get the kill, or that the person is gonna die, so you get the dash reset. Because if you don't get the dash reset as Genji, it's really easy for you to suddenly die. Like, we should have died right there, really, but we got away with it because things were going well elsewhere. But you gotta be real careful when you dash in on somebody, especially if you have a pretty good hunch that person is full health. Like, there's no reason for that Widow to be less than full health or very close to full health still. So that's a very risky dash right there. She also has grapple, so you can dash. If somebody's got mobility and you're gonna dash up on them, that's scary, because what if they just use that mobility to escape, right? And Widow can just grapple away. What if she grapples up onto the high ground opposite? Because she grappled, like, onto the point. What if she just, like, grappled up onto the high ground on the opposite side of the point, right? Then she just looks down at you and shoots you, and you feel bad about it. So, anyway, that didn't happen. Things went a lot better than that, but worth remembering. So, our Moira is dead. That's a good start. We've learned they have Junkrat. Junkrat's very scary as Genji, because he can just suddenly burst you to death, and, you know, random bombs rolling around. It's easy to just trip over one. That's why I'm bad at Tracer. I always trip over a fucking Junkrat mine behind me and die. So, Junkrat's on the left-hand side right there. We should be much... This is not... No, this is not... We don't look at these people. These people, I couldn't care less about those people right now. This is a bad color with what's currently happening. These people, I couldn't care less about them right now. My eyes are on this boy over here, because this boy is really out of position. Look how far he is from his team. He is miles away from them. You know, or he goes that way. Either way, I want that boy dead. If somebody's out of position, they are priority number one. None of these people matter to me. Yeah, okay, they're easy to hit and easy to get ult charge off of. We killed this boy. That makes it so much easier to capture the point. And that is not at all a resible position. He is done, dead, done. But we haven't even looked at him until he's scampering away. He got away with it all. He's, you know, you gotta use your entire visual range. Peripheral vision's very important. Because, that Junkrat, we should have just, like, dove on him and killed him. When he got back to his team, he was, like, half health, so if we noticed, he would have probably died. No guarantee, but, you know, hopefully. So, we go in, we use the deflect in front of the enemy team. I'm not a very big fan of that play, usually, but, not much comes of it. Miraculously, we live. We did use our dash and collide with the lamppost, which didn't exactly get a whole lot done. Oh no, now we don't have our dash. Oh god. That's another point. We were going to dash through the tire into the enemy team while they're all full health. Don't do that. Don't. It just occurred to me, like, wait. The dash that we were gonna do was not exactly a recommended action. Like, if you kill the tire with it, alright. That's fairly unlikely, though, and then you're still in the enemy team, right? So you're still probably gonna die in there. Don't do that. So we're now, you know, we're starting to get a little scared. Oh, we killed that boy. Hooray. Feels good, man. Nope, now Mercy's dead. Feels bad. This Junkrat is, like, getting away with murder, quite literally right now. So we've seen him pull this maneuver twice now, where he just goes through the doorway on the left-hand side and kills people before we notice. Like, let's not let that happen again. Moira killed him, and she's not letting that happen again. So this is a very scary dash that we're performing right here. In general, Dragon Blade is not used on tanks, because tanks are quite hard to kill with Dragon Blade. Dragon Blade is really good at bursting a squishy target to death. The tank takes a little bit of working over. And you're dashing into two tanks who are going to hit you. right? Reinhardt's gonna left click, Winston's gonna left click, and you're gonna get hit. You're better off just shooting at the tanks from outside of their range, and then you can go in with Dragon Blade if they're about to die, or you can wait until squishy people appear again. You don't really want to dash up to the tanks and then be like, let's go, because then Reinhardt, trust me, I play Reinhardt, I'm like, alright, let's fucking go. And then the Genji ends up, you know, deflecting while using Dragon Blade, which is very sad. They probably thought that this was all intentional, but then they look at that play of the game and they're like, oh no, oh god. Reaper didn't suspect a thing somehow. They had a Reaper? So, anyway. So, things that stand out the most, Junkrat, don't walk into people that you're shooting at, and make sure you use cover. Be more willing to use the mime. And then, Genji, use your whole peripheral vision. I suppose also with Junkrat, you know, think about when you use your ult as well, because we did just throw it into the Graviton that one time, and, like, that didn't really accomplish very much. And then the other time we used the time it got broke, we did just, like, send it straight down the street at them, which makes it a lot easier for it to break. So I guess also ult execution in general, I would say, because I don't feel like we got much value out of Dragon Blade either, to be fair. And Dragon Blade's like the thing with Junkrat. With Genji, Dragon Blade is definitely not the thing with Junkrat, because that would be terrifying. Oh my god, Junkrat just suddenly fucking mind blasts forward and pulls out a shank as he's falling through the sky. That'd be the most terrifying thing imaginable. And then if you kill him while he's falling in, the mines fall on you, so it doesn't even make it any better. I do wish that, Junkrat's bombs, when he died, preserved momentum. So if you just, like, died, they went right up into the sky. They probably don't want to incentivize dying, though, because then people would just be like, I'm gonna launch myself into the enemy team and just see if somebody dies. But, god, that'd be sick. Oh, anyway, so what a travesty of a video it's been. So, thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them. And I hope you found the video helpful. Probably not, though. Probably not.